Gear facts friends, this is the very, very rare Yamaha EOS B500. It's a massive synth with big speakers. Check out the size of those compared to my hand. An unusual pitch bend and modulation system, very ergonomic. A two-line display up here, if I can just zoom in. Function keys underneath the display there that act as quick shortcuts, that's quite good. Familiar keypad sort of system there, and select dial. Before I do start playing, I'll tell you now that the volume dial is huge, and that's because the volume is huge. This thing can really play loud. That's getting up to being quite uncomfortable for me to sit in front of and play. So if you're jamming with a drummer or a very loud bass player, this keyboard could be ideal. So anyway, that's our church organ sound. So it really is a very nice sounding synth. Just choosing another patch at random here. Okay, so we've got four voices working there all at once, and unfortunately the one on top is a kind of an orchestra hit, which really is a sound that should have been left behind in the 90s. But the other four layers all sounded really good. So I'm just going to jump into edit mode here and try to change that first layer. The editing system isn't exactly what I would call intuitive, but it's pretty easy to get your head around. Use our page controls here to get to where we want to be. First of all, I'll change pitch bend range right up to 12 because that's the way I like it. There are aftertouch controls, modulation changes, two directional pitch bend options, and you can have different pitch bend for each of those four waveforms that are running concurrently. So here we can change that layered sound, or that particular layer. This is such an interesting synth. The basic waveforms are all really interesting. I mean, some of them are just buzzes and beeps and that kind of thing, but there are sequences in there and arpeggios and all kinds of really interesting stuff to blend. square waves come through beautifully on these big speakers. And the organs, as I said before, are massive. Just huge, the floor vibrates. Let's just pan down to the low end now and listen to some bass. And of course there's some great percussion. I was just guessing what sounds were there because it's not arranged in the general MIDI format. It's kind of unique to the B500. Really nice sounds. Here's a strange little Japanese sample. And then this one's just yeah. And some interesting sound effects. Let's edit that one just for fun. So now I've just chosen a pretty generic sort of voice. Okay, nothing amazing there. We're going to go into Effect and try out a few of these. I haven't actually been through this list yet, so it'll be interesting. If we click on F5 here, that'll put us controlling the balance. Use my dial. Oh yeah. Wow, you can go right into a completely wet mix on the reverb there. Let's stick to about 70% just for the sake of showing us all how it sounds. Oh, I like the metal reverb. And of course delays. Very nice ping pong. You probably can't appreciate the full stereo effect that that's giving me there. Nice soft pan. Beautiful reverse gate. Here we have distortion. Oh, it's a nice zippy distortion. That's really good. Again, taking advantage of those big speakers. That distortion seems to glitch out a little bit, which is cool. So if we go to one of our distortions and delays, we can shift over to the next page and change all the settings that you'd expect: time, gain, depth, and then our balance and send settings on the main screen. So there's a pretty quick overview of the Yamaha EOS B500 synthesizer workstation. It is a bit of an enigma. It was only released in Japan. I don't know why it didn't come out to any other countries. I think it literally went nowhere. There is no manual available in English for this one, so you will have to sit down and work it out. But it's worth the journey. It's a really fascinating synthesizer. I really love these massive speakers. That's a great idea, and I'd like to see more of that. The keys have a really good feel. And the control surface is all pretty logical, so I don't think it would take too much effort to fully understand this keyboard. As I shift this keyboard around to show you what's on the back, you get an idea of just how heavy it is, probably mainly due to those big speaker magnets in there. I'd say that weighs about 20 kilograms. Anyway, let's get down nice and low and have a look at these connections. I'll get it up at a better angle. Oh! Okay, I think that's got it. Alright, you can see our MIDI sockets there, our lines in and out, 2 foot pedal sockets, and you've got an override switch for the speakers there on the right too. So if you're playing for real on stage and you want to override those speakers, you can do that, but personally I wouldn't. Being only released in Japan as well, it's worth noting that this is a 110 volt instrument, so if you're in a backward little country like Australia, you will have to use your step-down adapter. Thanks as always for watching another unusual Gear Facts review, guys. I did forget to mention it's got an IC memory card slot there too, by the way. Oh, bit of an oversight by me. Anyway, yes, thanks for watching. I really enjoyed reviewing this rare and unusual keyboard. I'll put up some links to some other unusual things that I've reviewed over the years. Thanks for liking, commenting, or subscribing. Please tell all your friends. Thanks for watching Gear Facts. See you next time. EOS B500 from Yamaha.